There you go. There you go.
And we started.
And that's it. Black Pedro is for the hoes. You heard it here first.
And also I want to let you know, we were, another thing I want to let, through Chartable, I just checked it out. Through Chartable, we actually were in the 500s.
Out of all podcasts.
Out of all podcasts. And actually our...
and there's like 700,000 podcasts.
700,000 podcasts.
I know I make up a lot of numbers.
But no, that's the truth.
That's
the
real ass number.
And I just checked that we actually peaked out of that lineup 127th.
Okay.
For Chartable, which is through Apple and iTunes, pertaining to political and / comedic podcasts. So thank you for that. I didn't know if you knew those new numbers.
Thank you, brother.
I checked those numbers. And also, when it comes to just a lot of shows where they don't talk about the shit and keep it real, we are number one.
But ain't nobody else doing it like this, man.
Because a lot of your other little bitch ass shows, you afraid to talk about it. You afraid you want to hug Amy Geiger. We want to stab Amy Geiger.
And Botham Jean's brother, right? You kick him in the chin for hugging her.
And the judge, I want that judge's address so I can accidentally come in the house while you eating ice cream and pop one in your ass.
This looks just like my mansion.
This looks just like
the one I grew up. Oh man, reminds me of home.
So I feel like a lot of other shows don't talk about the shit that way. We do. So I think that's
you know why? You know why? Because they're not called savage as fuck. Like we are.
It's savage as fuck. Yeah.
And you know our slogan is "fuck your feelings." So
right.
Please hit us up with some bullshit. I guarantee you.
Guarantee you, we will not give a fuck.
We will not sleep on it. We feed off of that.
There is so much stuff not to give a fuck about right now with all the things that are going on right now with the country.
Make sure if you want to hit us with that bullshit and get hit right back with it.
Right.
Make sure that you follow this man right here at Comedian Shang. That's with a G at the SHANG. It's not Shang or whatever. Shang.
Shang, yeah.
Right, at Comedian Shang.
If you want to get some more shit off your chest, go to @BlackPedro. Follow @BlackPedro, and you will be able to find out what's really on his mind. Now, you can inbox me if you feel like it with your bitch ass.
DM if you want to.
If you want to, I'll give it to you. And you can post on our page, Savage AF, on Facebook, on our fan page. So you can post on there, say what you want. We like the interaction. We'll say something back. We'll also let you know about our live shows. We got a lot of live shows coming up. Savage AF goes live. We do a live show. And he didn't know about this yet, but I'm going to let him know about this. Hopefully, he'll know about it. We're going to be doing the Melrose Improv December 15th. I just booked a date there. December 15th. It'll be a live Savage as Fuck show December 15th in Hollywood. That's right. At the Melrose Improv main stage.
Gotcha.
So
I'll be there.
He just found out.
I'll be there.
Because I just got the confirmation, so I wanted to make sure that I told it while we're on the show live. I guess it's live.
Savage, live. We're live. Savage AF, y'all. Marcus King presents Dash Comedy.
Yes.
Shang, how was your weekend, brother?
Weekend was good. I was in Dallas, Texas. Thank you all the people who came out in Dallas, Texas. I was at the Black Academy of Arts and Letters Theater. Okay. Mr. King, thank you very much, Mr. King, and did 2 shows. It was a very grown black folks, like very grown, like mortgages.
No, they call that grown and sexy. Right?
Grown and sexy, like people with mortgages and, like kids in college.
Financial planners and
Financial planners.
Lord.
It was a very upwardly mobile, black audience, mixed with a few ratchet ass people. These we had little.
We all got family, right?
Yeah, this one girl in the corner of the from the stage was like, "Yeah, Shang, you come off this stage, I'll lick your ass." And I was like, that scared the shit out of me.
How quickly did you exit that stage?
I did get off the stage.
It's like, well, show's over, folks. Ass licking time.
Yeah, she actually said that. I was like, I don't know if that's the first shit you want to say when you're meeting somebody. It's like, hey, how was your day? Let me lick your ass.
That's quite a way to introduce yourself.
That's quite a way. So I know that. She said, but ain't your show savage? I ain't that savage. Savage.
Damn,
so yeah.
Let's get to know each other first.
Other than the Ratchet Girl, it was a great show. And then I did
You said you were in Dallas. Did you have a chance to stop by and throw anything at Amber Geiger?
No.
I tried to get your shoe.
I tried to get on. I tried to get in, and they if they said only friends and family. Yeah. So if it wasn't just that, I would have definitely went up past and.
You should have went with the family.
I would have tried to give her a hug. Right when I'd have hugged her, I'd have shanked her a little bit. Shanked her with
that. That's when it's
SHANK. You know that. You ain't gonna let her slide. But there's been while I was down there, I was really just in the hotel, soaking up a lot of the shit that's been going on. And I'm a huge MSNBC fan. I'm a huge CNN fan. I do a lot of stuff where I look at the stuff online, so there's conflicting ideas. And I even watch Fox News sometimes when I want to watch a fantasy channel of shit they making up.
It's like cartoons.
Yeah,
it's like cartoons. Adult cartoons.
It's adult cartoons. So the shit that's going on right now, I think, if the people who follow Trump see this shit now, and they still think this motherfucker is an honest, upstanding, great president, there's nothing we could do with him.
Yes, and we're going to get into a lot of topics today. Very excited, right? Because we have actually, and this is the first
happening today.
This is the first for Savage AF, but
yes.
we do actually have a 2020 presidential candidate.
Yes.
In studio.
He's coming in today. Candidate. He's going to miss the debates because he's going to be here with us.
Because he's here with us, Savage AF. He's here with you guys, all right?
He's here with you guys.
Gonna get the message out. So fellow comedian as well, so definitely coming with a different perspective and a different platform, much like we do right here on Savage AF, right?
Very much so.
And then also in the building, and if you're watching us on any video platform right now, you would not see this voice, the voice of God, we'll call her.
Yes,
but
she's a voice.
Our super producer, Cassie Dang, is in the building, y'all. Cassie, what's going on?
Cassie Dang's in the building. And I just wanted to let you know.
This is not what God sounds like.
Yeah, no, God doesn't sound like that.
According to something like, I think Alanis Morissette or somebody would say it probably. But
what?
Isn't she one of those like God is a lady type of?
Yeah,
ladies?
I think she is.
So,
I think she believes God is a lady.
I almost dropped my phone.
You know, and I've said, "Oh my God, what a great whore." I've said whore. No, nothing wrong with that. Come on, not that you're a whore, Cassie. I'm saying.
I thought you were talking about. Whore. Oh, we're not talking about me anymore.
No, I didn't say you were a whore. No. I mean, now don't get me wrong. There's some whores in the building.
Always. Well, it's LA. It's LA.
It's LA. There's whores. I mean, I don't know if you're a whore, but I'm saying you've had whore-like times in your life. Yeah, no, everybody's had whore. You've been a whore. Who hasn't been a whore?
It's called college, bro.
Oh, exactly.
Just bought a whore
or been a whore?
Education.
How many people have been whores? Tons of people.
Been whores?
I've
been whore.
I think it'd be a quicker to answer who hasn't been.
Who hasn't been a whore?
We'll move on. Raise your hand if you haven't.
I think that we have a honestly, our Congress is acting less bitch-like, so I give them props.
Finally going to
the Republicans that are still down with Trump are showing their whore tendencies. They got whore-like nature.
Hortensies.
They're hortensies. I think that they said, you know what? I'm gonna be with this president. Leave my spine at the door.
And they're like, I already sold my soul to some corporation.
So I might as well just.
And then they just slither in.
Yeah, they slither, and they're all taint
they check
lickers
their spines
right
and
now.
then slither.
They lick taint better than if there was a contest for taint licking of the Cheeto, it would be these guys. I watched them this weekend on the news twist himself up in a fucking pretzel to say that what he did pertaining to the Ukraine call was, look, I don't see anything wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with it. And I think that that's the wild shit that I see from the right. But I also see the left not pressing it, which is the thing that fucks my head up.
Whoa.
I'm hoping in the debates, which, if you're listening to the show, the debates are actually tonight.
Yeah.
I hope that in the debates that they at least address the Republicans in the Senate that are twisting themselves backwards like hoes.
Yes. Well, speaking of the debates, I know that the DNC has left out one critical candidate, and he's here with us today, though.
We needed to bring the most
DNC.
substantial candidate.
We're gonna take a quick break, right? And then when we come back, Savage AF right here on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy.
Our first.
Black Pedro, comedian Shang.
Yes.
We're hosting our first. Definitely won't be our last.
Won't be our last.
2020 presidential candidate Ben Gleib is in the building, guys. When we come back,
we'll have him live
here.
We're gonna have him live for you right now, live.
Be right back.
Yes. We're gonna play his video.
Okay.
We're playing his video.
If you're watching on YouTube, you can watch
this is Ben Gleib. This is why we need a comedian.
This is why we need him for president.
Okay. I'm learning how to do this, you guys. Ready?
There it is.
Are you guys ready?
What's going on? What's going on?
I think the precedent has been set, but I am, in all seriousness, very concerned that none of the establishment candidates running for office have what it takes to beat the anomaly that is Donald Trump. And these are very much abnormal times, and we can't try the same thing we've always done and expect different results. So I think we have to, for the good of our republic, try something very different. And I know that's not a particularly funny answer that you'd want from a comedian, but it's the truth. Comedians are not just jokers, we're truth tellers as well. In an era of fake news, comedy clubs, I think, are the last bastion of truth in our society. So I really could have made that funnier.
There are other problems with the wall. He even admitted one recently in a speech. You can YouTube it when you get home, because he loves riffing these rallies like he's Don Rickles up there. So he even just riffed another giant problem with the wall. He goes, we're gonna build a wall so tall, that there's gonna be no way to get over this wall unless you have like a ladder. I think you figured it out, Donnie.
In this particular election cycle, the most important thing is choosing the person who is best suited to stop Donald Trump. Every candidate needs to be asked, what specific skills do you have, what unique skills do you have that can ensure we will beat Donald Trump this time?
What I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Because we tried the old traditional playbook of cautious career politicians trying to beat Trump on ideas and with heart and humanity, and that did not work because this guy is such an anomaly, such a rare moment in political history where he just makes things up and lies and throws insults, and we very well may lose again. And our democracy is in peril. Everything that this country stands for is in jeopardy if that happens. And so they need to be asked why they believe they can beat him. Because I know that I can, because I stand for those same progressive values that can move our nation forward, but I also have a unique skill set that knows how to bob and weave and roast and humiliate this orange monster. I mean, just imagine being in a debate, me versus him, and he sits there complaining about everything like he always does and saying they've wasted all this money on a witch hunt. And I get my chance to speak and I say, the President of the United States of America basically just said, I'm a little baby boy, okay? Humiliating this very small man and making clear how ridiculous he is in actuality, making fun of him, poking holes in him, is the only way that we can ensure that he is shown for the fraud that he really is.
Yeah. You know what it is, guys. We are Savage AF.
Savage
right
AF.
Here. Marcus King presents Dash Comedy. I am Black Pedro.
I am Shang, and I wanted to say thank you again to all of you people out there. We jumped from 500 to 127th. We jumped from 500 to 127th on Chartable pertaining to Apple, which is a good thing. Apple pertaining to comedic political podcasts.
Yeah.
And in the political podcast realm, we are 45th. We peaked at 45th. So thank everybody out there for downloading and listening, and all you listeners for getting us on the charts. And we're at 45, but fuck that. We want to be in the top 10.
Thank you for making us rich. We want to be wealthy.
We want to be, I want to own the patent to mayonnaise.
I've got a helicopter on.
Not
order,
available.
guys. Come on.
That's what I'm going to buy it. You know what? Michael Jackson bought the Beatles. I'm buying the patent of mayonnaise.
There you go.
Because sandwiches.
He bought the Beatles?
He bought the Beatles.
The Beatles were their music. He
owns
bought their
Ringo
music.
right now.
Like a trafficker?
He actually bought the Beatles. He bought the Beatles catalog.
Yeah.
Well, you can get Ringo cheap. Everybody knows.
Everybody, Ringo. I bought Ringo.
Yeah,
I had him do a
there
set
you go.
with me at the Improv.
Speaking-
$25.
He's doing rim shots for us.
Speaking of sets, guys, here, Savage AF.
Yes.
Live. We have our very, very, very first 2020 presidential candidate. And I mean, this is crazy because I mean, I can attest, this man has a wicked turnaround jump shot that is very hard to defend. Used to hoop with this man, done many sets with him over the years.
Yes. I've shared plenty of hookers with him. Hopefully that won't come.
Shang, this is the campaign.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Wait a minute. That's a total
You
lie.
are the
Fake
worst.
news. It's
He
fake
is the
news.
worst.
It's fake news.
Although probably people would believe less that I have a good jump shot, but still.
They would believe like, no, I believe the hooker thing more of the. No, it's fake news. I'm kidding. No hookers. That's just me and Pedro.
Presidential 2020 can't. Please just go down with the ship by yourself. I have no
All right, fuck it. I'm the only one with hookers.
You think I have to pay for it? Come on, dog.
The show's called Savage as Fuck, not Slanderous as Fuck.
I know. I've changed it. This is how it goes down now.
We have the one and only 2020 presidential candidate, Mr. Ben Gleib, in the house.
Yep.
I had to do the music
you.
because we didn't put the music.
No, you didn't
on.
have that queued up, huh?
No, we didn't have the music queued
It's
up.
okay, maybe if I crack the top 10 candidates, you'll have that queued up.
I will absolutely have it queued up.
get
But
it.
since
I'll
we're
sing
gonna
it myself.
We're working
you,
on our
Cassie.
queuing. This is a new space for us here at vibefree.tv. So
There's a
we're
few
still getting
things.
our queue.
Vibe free, there's no vibe at all?
No, you don't pay for the vibe.
You know,
I
yeah,
get it.
exactly.
Yeah, you just
So,
get it.
and the other thing
As
is,
opposed to expensive.
Yeah,
vibe.
tax vibe.
It's supposed to the way Shang does it on the weekends, paying for his vibe.
I totally pay for my vibes. That way you don't have to talk to them afterwards.
That's right.
Get out.
That's
All
right.
right.
Get out.
So this is a
Get
this
out,
is-
I'll follow you on Instagram.
This is a real thing, though, guys. Right? So
He's
we
actually
have
running.
been on the show because he is absolutely running for the president
Right.
of the United States
That's
in
correct.
2020,
That's
right
correct.
now, currently, right?
Okay.
But he is absolutely also a stand-up comedian,
Facts.
actor, writer,
Right.
producer.
Producer.
Like has been in this game. I've known you 15, 20 years or so. in
Yeah.
I've
this
known you
game.
at least that long.
So-
Long time.
when
So you're touching on something, Ben, that's very important for me, and I think I've actually said it on this show months ago. Is that, and it's something that you brought up in your videos and on your platform, is that Trump has changed the game. We're not dealing with our normal mom and pop, grandpa politics, right? This is not JFK and Nixon, right? So
Yeah.
this is a
this
new
is
game.
Nixon.
That's almost Nixon.
No,
yeah.
this-
Well,
is Nixon.
yeah, sorry. Well, in terms of the presentation,
it's
it is, right?
Watergate-ish.
So, but
Stupid Watergate, as John Oliver calls it.
you've labeled Trump as one of the greatest hecklers, right? And
Ever.
to defeat a heckler, this is something I've also been saying is we might need. I've actually been saying we need a great Twitter troll because he's such a great
Twitterer.
bully, right? And we need somebody to troll back on him. But you're touching on another layer that I think is similar, is that he is this heckler, and we need a comedian to defeat this heckler.
Yeah, because the Twitter troll can't run in real life. You know what I mean? He'd be good
Right.
typing some tweets, but you
Right.
need someone that could take down Trump in every aspect of a campaign. So I do Twitter pretty strong, but I also, one-on-one in a debate, would eviscerate this tiny little pathetic orange monster that's trying to erode our values, tell Putin's side bitch to go straight back to Russia where he can be in a little cottage on the side of Putin's summer farm. You know what I mean?
man.
Right. He has to wear a little skirt too.
Yeah, exactly. They could be on horseback together, shirtless all they want. It's an unpleasant sight for the horse, but you deal with it. You do what you can. You know what I
Horse
mean?
Peter
and
should have been all
horse.
over that.
Exactly right.
Come on, man.
Toupee fiasco has to go down, and you need a comedian to bring him down.
Right.
And that's the
Yes.
whole premise.
So
But I was going to ask, but just because you came on this show, it doesn't mean we're going to not ask you some hard-hitting questions that pertain to your.
expected Savage
God
as
damn
fuck
it!
this, so let's do
I
it.
expect. I
Fat
want to
up
know
the
some
whole
of your platforms and
You're
your
holding
fucking
a card.
policies.
You're holding a card to my platform
Okay.
on it, bro.
All right. God damn it! So I'm going to make sure I cover these platforms.
so.
I'm not fucking around, man.
I like that.
All right. So we're going to make sure. I'm going to pull my reading glasses out. I'm going to read all this shit.
So, and while Shang's getting out his reading materials, I will ask you, let's start with some of the challenges then. Because like we said, we do have a debate going on tonight
Right.
with like what we call the top tier.
Yeah, that I'm not on
right.
surprised because the media is rigged and broken. The DNC is a broken, corrupt institution.
So let's get into that. Because I think that
What?
your lack of presence and any other person who might be running that America probably hasn't heard of yet, right?
Yeah.
And not because of that individual candidate or their effort, right? But because of the system, something more systematic, right? That maybe you want to speak to.
Yeah.
And some of the challenges in trying to be in this race.
Yeah,
And
so-
not being a multimillionaire.
As we all know, well, first of all, you might not know this, but I'm the only candidate in the race that's a working man. I'm the only union member in the race. I'm the only candidate who is not a career politician or multimillionaire.
Right.
And those are two facts that the media does not care for and the DNC does not care for. They want to keep the people already in the establishment in. They want to keep the power structures as they are. They don't want somebody challenging it from the outside. The only reason the media covered Trump is because he was such a ratings getter that they couldn't resist the money that would bring in. That's the only reason they accepted that outside voice. Other than that, they do not want an outside voice. Right. So we've been running a campaign straight to the people for the last 5 months. I've been in Puerto Rico for a week. I've been living basically in Iowa and New Hampshire. I've been getting people pledging a caucus for me, trying to build this thing little bit by little bit, individual grassroots voters at a time. And we've gotten tons of local press. And we've gotten tons of like more alternative outlets that actually are open-minded and care about our country and want to hear all voices in a government by, of, and for the people, which seems to be an important thing that we've completely lost sight of. So the Young Turks have me on, and you have me on, Larry King has me on his show on Hulu, but CNN, not once. MSNBC, not once. I used to be on CNN.
Right.
But as soon as I run, they said to me, it's off-brand for us.
Tell your jokes.
Yeah. The news shouldn't have a brand. I don't know if you're aware.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Wait, politics is off-brand for the news?
Yes.
Yeah, politics is off-brand. They put Trump in office, but then they told us in another email, we take politics seriously here at CNN.
Seriously.
Watch 3 minutes of any one of my speeches. You realize I'm taking it pretty seriously, too. Otherwise, that'd be a lot funnier if this was a publicity stunt.
Absolutely.
Now, let me ask you this. Since you feel that the DNC, and I think the DNC is doing it too, that they're locking out outside voices, but there's one, even though he's a multi-billionaire, that they just he's going to be at the debate.
Bought his way right in.
Bought his way in. But if you look at his record, though, he actually has done some things to try to change around a lot of shit in society, so you can't front on that. But do you think that because you're an outside voice...
Still bought his way in, though.
He definitely bought his way in. But
Like,
so I think
that's the exact point. Like, sure, he does great stuff. I've done great stuff, too. But I don't have the money. I didn't put $100 million of my own money into my campaign. I put $10,000 of my own money into my campaign. It's all I could afford to kickstart it with. And the rest
lot for a
is...
comic.
Yeah, it is. That's a good...
I'm like, where you get $10,000?
That's a major amount of my life savings I put into this thing. The rest has been funded by the public and by people around the country in every state of the union. But Tom Steyer, and so even now this, which was kind enough to do a video with me, but they had me fly out to New York for their 20 questions for 2020 candidate series to do the full 20 questions. They never released it. We had an off-the-record meeting with their editorial board afterwards, and I'll just mention this because they haven't even done this, is they said, I asked them if they would move up our piece so we could get more attention to us early because we weren't getting media love. And they said, look, we have a schedule, so we can't alter that schedule, but we'll release it when we're planned on the schedule. Well, they never released my full video. Tom Steyer jumped in the race. Within 3 weeks, they had his 20 questions video up. Even an outlet like that. You can't. You can literally just buy your way into our politics. I mean, he's on the debate stage now. There was nobody clamoring for Tom Steyer campaign.
No.
0 people.
And
all of a sudden he's got 130,000 donations on the debate stage. Media coverage everywhere. It's rigged.
And what they needed was another candidate running, right? So
another rich dude. That's what
out of the other 75 motherfuckers that are running.
This addresses one of my biggest issues from the 2016 cycle was the way the DNC treated Bernie Sanders, right? Who is
against Bernie.
Who's an established politician, right?
But
obviously
outsider,
always fringe,
independent,
a radical
you know why
voice.
they did that to Bernie? His voice. He constantly is yelling at people. I'm Bernie Sanders, and I'm president.
What I will do, in my view, I promise you, the whole thing is rigged. That's what I say.
But he did say that, though.
He did say it. Because it was
what's
true.
the other
and
young lady that is from Hawaii?
Tulsi Gabbard. I
Tulsi
just posted
Gabbard.
a photo of her and I today, and I got people saying,
Yes, I saw it.
I'm supporting Syrian atrocities. No, I'm not. I'm supporting her message against the corrupt, rigged system.
Yeah, but everything else she said is absolute bullshit. You know that.
I mean, she's got some radical views.
She got some extremely radical views.
But
and
on
like
this, she's cool.
On that, she's cool, but the other stuff make me want to kick her down a flight of steps.
Well,
not that
that's
I kick
extreme.
women down flight of steps.
That's extreme.
But that's a little extreme. But I'm just saying, like, if
That's
I was
too
gonna kick
savage, AF.
No, but I'm saying
No
You've just gone too savage.
That's the outtakes. We're not going to use that.
Of course,
But,
the show's live,
I'm
Shang.
saying
Show's live.
The show's live. Oh fuck.
Yep.
Okay, but no, I'm saying.
You want to take back the prostitute stuff?
No,
Yourself
yeah,
earlier,
that-
too?
I'm standing on that.
We'd have to delete the whole show.
Well, and we have to bleep the whole show. I'm saying right
And every
now, the
other
bottom
show.
line
New
is,
phone, who this? I'm going through a tunnel. Can't hear you.
can't hear you. What? No, I'm telling you right now, some of her policies, I've read through her policies, she's kind of a nutty buddy. So it's hard for me to take her serious when she says it's a conspiracy, when the other shit she says is some nutty buddy shit. Like, I'm like, this chick.
Like what?
Okay, pertaining to government spending for the military, okay, which we spend way too much money. Absolute gold toilets and all other bullshit level of dumb shit they spend it on. She feels that we should infuse more money in that, but take money away from other things like the environment.
Wait, what? She's not.
Yes,
she's not pro more military spending. She wants to stop all these wars.
She wants to stop. I'm telling you, I saw her say
We
it.
talking about Tulsi Gabbard?
Yes.
She served in the military.
She served in the military.
Like
she is pro-military.
Pro-soldier.
She's pro-soldier.
Yeah, but she's very anti these wars.
She's
but yeah.
anti-war.
Yeah, no, that would be pro-soldier to me.
That's
True that. True that.
That's pro-soldier, but her spending pertaining to her,
No, big part of my plan is cutting a great amount of our military budget, still being the strongest military on earth by an order of magnitude. We'll just be leaner and meaner and more unpredictable. When someone's unpredictable, that's the person you don't want to fight with. You want to pick a fight with a country that's got less options.
Right.
So that's the plan.
Like
you reduce the budget, you fund a bunch of our problems, and then you also make us scarier to the world.
All right, so
Elizabeth Warren is actually about cutting a lot of funding for.
Yeah, I like Elizabeth. I'm considering her for my running mate.
Okay, that's a good thing.
There you go.
I suggest the Dick Cheney, George W. Bush model with Elizabeth Warren as my VP.
Yeah.
She can be the policy wonk. I mean, I know all the policies as well, of course.
Right.
But she can be the nitty gritty detail. I got a plan for that woman as the VP, and I can be the figurehead leader that brings the country together, makes us smile, makes us laugh, makes us think, makes us question our beliefs, and makes us actually root out the corruption in our government. Right. We have to root out that corruption. The only way you do it ever is by getting the money out of our politics, passing a sweeping anti-corruption bill, something she and I are both fighting for, but mine's much more sweeping. Banning all lobbyist money with one bill. Because the reason we're not attacking the core problems in our country, the root problems in our country, the climate crisis, the gun violence crisis, the stagnant wages, the healthcare crisis, millions uninsured, is only because in every one of those instances, big business, special interest lobbies are all we cater to. Yeah. If you just banned lobbyist money from our all campaigns with one law, another law, you just say all Congress people, every Congress can only ever vote on one issue at a time. Not these dirty mixed bills with poison pills where you can have perfect excuse for not voting for the shit you promised to vote for.
Right.
That's law number 2. Right. And of course, overturn Citizens United. With those 3 things, you all of a sudden can start tackling every major issue in such an aggressive way. Like this, you will see all the issues that we care about in this country start to shift towards the people, start to shift towards solutions like this.
The shit you're saying is really real. You should be careful. You might end up slipping on the shower and falling on a bullet because people don't like when you say.
I hate everything you say.
I'm just letting you know.
Apparently, I'm going to be murdered, and I'm addicted to prostitute.
Forget the prostitute thing. Let's get past the fucking prostitute.
All right.
I'm saying when you speak shit like that, which I consider real shit.
Yeah.
There's a tendency for them to go, we really need to shut him down because that would work.
Right. Yeah.
They don't want it to work, just like they want to keep people sick in hospitals.
That's what they've always said. If you speak truth to power, you better make them laugh. Otherwise, they'll kill you. Right. And I've been too serious in this campaign for comedians. Let me say it this way. Knock, knock.
There you go.
Corruption.
Corruption who?
In our government. Fuck, I did it again. We got to stop it and overturn the corruption. I've lost my humor. But the point is, we got to end it. I was just arrested in D.C. 3 weeks ago with Ronaldo Pearson. I joined him for the last mile of his 911 Democracy 911 march from Atlanta to D.C. Got arrested on the Capitol steps participating in corruption. Got no coverage whatsoever. Very little coverage.
Right.
It's like you can't even make a big, bold statement and still get any coverage in the media.
Which leads me to a sort of counter to your, while I agree with everything you say about getting corruption, dollars out of our political system, the very reason that they're there are to maintain that political system. So how or can we even use a broken political system to fix itself?
New motherfucking people.
Okay.
Completely new people who pledge to undo all of that shit.
But if we can't get your poignant voice on the main stage,
absolutely,
without the money, what is it? If Bernie, righteous brother out there, right, speaking the truth to the people, getting all the vote, getting all the money per capita, more money than anybody last cycle, right?
He's raised the most money.
If he can't get around the corruption, then. And I'm not meaning to sound hopeless. I'm looking for solutions. I'm looking for other ways than something violently revolutionary, right? Something, I want to use this system But I'm asking, like, how do we get you to that next level if money is this barrier?
It's just by people actually finally putting their foot down. It might not all happen this election cycle.
Right.
You know, it's not likely I'm going to win the nomination at this point. I'm trying.
I'm voting for you.
We're trying.
We're trying,
I'm
but
voting
it's not likely. But you got the AOCs coming in. You got people coming in at lower positions. So it's obvious I'm trying to tackle the biggest office at the biggest way and push a very important message at the top levels.
Right.
And the top forces are trying to push that down. But you can get more people in Congress. We already have the most diverse Congress we've ever had. We already got more women in there. We got more minorities in there. We just start shifting the Congress to be more like the actual country. Get all the bums out that have been taking allowing this corrupt system to be what they're fine living under forever, and just abolish that. Get them out. Make them pledge to care about the people only. I've also introduced a liquid democracy platform called Connected Democracy, where you can actually vote directly on what your Congress people vote for and what your president votes for executive orders. You can see it at Gleib2020.com. Click on Connected Democracy. Hell yes.
No,
You can also donate if you believe in our message, because we need to get that message out, and we don't have millions of dollars in political machines behind us.
Right.
Gleib2020.com. Give $1 counts as a donation. But if you can do 5 or 20, that helps much more, or 50, whatever you could do. But we have to just start getting it out. And I also align myself with the message of represent us, represent.us. And they're what Ronaldo Pearson did the march with as well. They're trying to do it from the state level. So their approach is from the state and local level.
Yes.
Is that historically, when you start passing anything from the ground up, when it hits a critical mass point, then all of a sudden all the states start passing it, then nationally it passes. Happened with gay marriage, happened with Civil Rights Act, happened with all these different important
It has
things.
to start from the ground up.
From the ground up. But I'm trying to also do it from the top. I just think we attack it from all damn sides. This is a cancer, and you got to cut it out aggressively.
Right.
So I'm trying to go on top.
It's
go from the bottom, you
MMA.
go
It's
from the sides.
It's MMA. You got to.
I'm about to grapple a motherfucker.
Right.
I'm going to choke him out.
Exactly. You got to.
I'm going to wrap my legs around his head.
Ground and pound.
It's going to look weird, but it's going to be effective.
It's for America. He's doing it for America.
Yeah.
Right. It's
And
MMA.
I was
It's
hoping you
MMA.
would touch on that, though, the importance of getting involved on local levels.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
You know, while
Big time.
Reaganomics may not have trickled down the way we wanted it to.
As Bill Maher said, literally trickle-down economics is they're saying we're peeing on you.
Yeah, definitely. But politically,
The R. Kelly method of politics.
the Robert
Which is
Shelley-
nothing wrong with that if you get the
Whoa,
right
whoa.
girl.
Whoa,
Whatever.
Once again, too savage. You need a graphic that says too savage.
Right, and
Shows on
spin,
Shank's
and
face.
spin, and just write some woo.
Yes.
No,
But grassroots politics
What's that, Cassie?
do trickle up. You know what I
No,
mean?
okay.
Say fuck your feelings.
Okay, but this is what I want to ask you. Okay, so now one of my main concerns pertaining to the candidates and the debate is the fact that they ignore the fucking global warming. There's some people that, not all of them, some of them speak on it more. What would you say pertaining to that? Because without the Earth, we're dead. So
Yeah.
a lot of people don't address that.
And real
Is
quick,
that-
for
is
those
it
just
something?
tuning in, we are Savage
AF,
AF, Black Pedro here,
Shang.
comedian Shang, and we do have 2020 presidential candidate Ben Gleib.
That's right. White-ish candidate Ben Gleib.
White-ish.
right.
Now, in your platform, the environment, that's very important because that's going to
Yeah.
make me decide who I'm going to vote for too. Because if you ignore that shit, I mean, my kid is going to be ending up, have to wear sunblocks 3,000 just to go to the store.
Yeah.
Right now, I think that's something really important. Is that something that you feel passionate about?
I've recently flipped on this issue. I decided forget Earth. I just think we let it go.
Let it go,
I just
man.
think we let it go.
If it's meant to be, it'll
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah, listen, I just
I
think we
don't
just
know if that's
double
a
down.
good way to
We triple down on single-use plastic. We just walk on plastic, make disposable shoes, and just get rid of them after one use. Of course, it's one of the most important issues we face. We got to get rid of Trump because you can't tackle any of this if you don't
Because he's
tackle
overturning all that
Yeah,
shit.
you can't tackle anything if you have 4 more years of him. We're not going to have the nation we love or care about or the world we want. It's literally going to be impossible. So he's
All the
number
animals
one.
will be dead in 4 years.
Yeah,
That's
his
true.
sons will kill most of the animals
they will
themselves.
chop
But just them.
Just elephants ripping their tusks out and shit. That might have been graphic. I'm sorry.
That is.
Point is, you got to paint stark pictures.
Right.
But so we got to get rid of Trump. We got to pass an anti-corruption bill because that's what's attacking the climate. But also on day 1 of my administration, we're back in the Paris Climate Accords. On day 2, I start fighting for a much more stringent, much more enforceable agreement because it's not really that enforceable, even Paris.
Right.
But you have to start taking this very aggressively. The Green New Deal, the precepts of that, we must do. We must get off fossil fuels immediately. We must be the leaders of the green revolution in America. That'll ripple through the world. It'll create millions of jobs.
Because they like copying America anyway.
Yes.
They bite our shit anyway.
Yes.
So we might as well let them bite the good shit.
And they're already leading on this stuff. China, who's the biggest polluter in the world, is leading us on green technology research. And
Brazil actually like solar and wind are pushing forward more than that.
Brazil is killing us with not only green energy but also better asses.
That's true.
Yes.
Brazil got the best asses.
But
you know who
outside of
actually
Beverly Hills.
you sound
Outside
from,
of Beverly Hills.
when I read this, you know who's
true.
similar?
Real asses.
You know who has a pretty, Yang. Yang says a lot of things that
I thought you were going to say his
does.
ass.
No, I'm saying not
Nice.
ass.
That boy
Because
got
ass will
cheeks.
always rate in any candidate.
That's right.
But
So,
I'm saying
I like Andrew Yang on some of his policies.
Some of his policies are really tight.
Yes, I like him, and I talked to him about this exact point on the campaign trail. We did an event together, and here's the thing. I agree with a lot of what he says.
Yes.
Except his major policy proposal is bullshit.
The $1,000.
Universal basic income
Yeah, right.
is the worst thing, and I don't know how he's pulled. Honestly, not that he's done it on purpose, but he believes it's good. But it's a wool over people's eyes because think about it. Here's some major things that they don't tell you about Andrew Yang's universal basic income. That's why my plan of a cost of living tax refund for low and middle income workers is much better. That goes to people who need the money. If you're working a full-time job, you get some of your money back every month, so you can help pay your bills. That's something actually
Better
helps
than
people.
giving millionaires
Actually
$1,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually helps close the income and wealth gap. Andrew Yang gives everybody $1,000 a month, every single person, including millionaires and billionaires. So A, they don't need it. It's almost $4 trillion a year that we cannot afford. And it actually disproportionately affects poor and middle class people, especially the poor, because this was just revealed in his plan. You have to actually trade in your food stamps. You have to trade in some of your welfare benefits to get the $1,000 a month. But the rich people don't trade shit in.
Right.
So actually it helps the poor less than it helps the rich, therefore making it worse.
But he's saying
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's a major
Amazon,
problem.
But Amazon, hold on, wait a minute. I was going to let you slide. Amazon, shut up, shut your mouth, shut your pie hole. Amazon pays zero dick in taxes. So just by hitting them with higher taxes, we can use that money. That's what Andrew Yang is saying. Use that money to actually pay the $1,000 dividend.
Well, but of course you tax Amazon, but you give
Amazon
that money
and
just to
all
those who
in
need it. You
Google.
don't give it also to other rich people.
No, you don't give it. No, I
That's
disagree
where
with
he's
that
wrong.
part. But I think that
every Democrat's in favor of taxing Amazon and taxing Apple, making sure that they're not paying zero taxes. That's some bullshit.
But
So
I
of
don't think
course you
that
do that.
millionaires should get the $1,000. I think it should be spread out.
Well,
but I do think
And
it makes sense.
multi-100,000aires shouldn't get it either. They don't need it.
Oh, but I did think it
I need
was.
it.
I did think it was a unique idea
$1,000
in that it would offset the welfare argument, where conservatives, rich, the wealthy are like, well, we don't want to pay for welfare for blah blah blah.
Yeah,
and you
and
can't
that-
call it that.
and that
But
is-
I didn't
yeah,
realize.
that is-
I didn't realize it was a trade-off for
Right.
whatever welfare you might have. Right
A,
now.
and then B, now we're doing our policies to make the rich people feel better about not giving money to those who need it. The whole world's tilted towards them. And also, let's make
Let's
sure we
appease
pass
them.
policies
Feel
to help
better.
others that make them feel like we're also giving
Fair
you
enough.
money too, you precious little bitches. I'm sick of that. They don't need the help. Have a little compassion in this world. Also, if you give $1,000 a month to everybody, it's just like inflation. You're just printing money. And
Right.
everybody raises it by 1,000, the prices go up, and it doesn't help anybody.
Right.
So that's another problem.
You think corporations aren't going to raise their money if they go, oh, you got $1,000
everybody's
extra?
getting $1,000?
Well, guess what? This
Meatloaf is $1,000 now.
It's $1,000 meatloaf. Nobody even likes meatloaf. So that's the problem.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing is, okay, well,
You like
Cassie
meatloaf?
likes
Oh,
meatloaf.
yeah,
Like
Cassie
we
likes
said,
meatloaf.
like we said.
I would do anything for love, Cassie. The point is, right?
Can't do
Here's-
that.
I made some shitty meatloaf for some ass, so I got to admit that.
Right, but so here's the thing. We have to actually start doing things that actually help real people. We have to start taking real action. It's enough of this bullshit where we try to appease the rich, and
I
that's
agree
why
with you.
I call myself a compassionate capitalist. I do not say I'm a socialist. I am not. Our country is and always has been capitalist and socialist. Of course. But I love capitalism being the base of our country because that's how you can make a life in this country. The American dream is capitalism.
Right.
You have to always be able to be upwardly mobile in this country.
Right.
Be able to do better than your parents. Be able to change your reality. That's wonderful. But only with having compassion. Under one simple rule. Just don't step on anybody else along your
But
way.
you know what? But people see compassion as fucking...
That doesn't sound like capitalism
Hold
to
up.
me.
Compassion. Oh, wait. I understand
why
you're
it's a new version of
compassionate.
capitalism.
You're compassionate, but at the same time, people see compassionate as little soft ass yogurty bitch shit. That's what people think.
No.
If you're in a debate and you act compassionate and you actually stick to the facts instead of throwing a few names or so.
I'm gonna throw names.
Oh, okay, good.
But I'm just saying, as a
you can't be too
monetary
compassionate.
policy,
Yes.
if not too compassionate, I'm saying compassionate
yes.
capitalism. And the reason I say
Yeah.
that, it's not just to help people, it's also because it benefits the rich and it benefits all of society. If you're going to have a savage AF society where you actually do not help people that are in need, you also make them less you make them more risk averse. You make them afraid to start businesses, to take chances,
Right,
because they're
'cause they're
afraid if they
comfortable.
lose, they got no safety net.
Right.
If you give a good, solid safety net to people and give them a leg up and give them business incentives to start small businesses, you make sure they don't have the burden of health care on their business, you take employer-based health care away so people can actually start businesses and hire people more freely, that is compassionate capitalism.
Hey.
You just help people start, so if they fail, they're not afraid to fail, they can start, and then it lifts all ships.
All right. So, and I agree with all. God
Damn it, man. God damn it. Where's our applause machine?
But listen,
Everybody!
That's right.
Goddamn right. You know what? I'm not. You've changed. I'm fuck Yang. I'm
Thank
I'm
you.
voting for you.
Thank you very
And
much.
I like Yang, and that's my man.
Gleib gang, not the Yang gang. I like Yang too.
I like
Follow me
Yang,
on Twitter.
but,
what up, Andrew? I'm just saying, we got a better plan than you do. That's all.
Yeah, we got a better plan to you. Good for you.
I do want to. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come
shit.
back, now that we
Finally, I can breathe.
Yes.
when we come back, now that we've addressed like the what in terms
Now
of
that we found love, what are we gonna do
what
with
are we
it?
going to exactly. So now that we know some of the what's that we need to do,
Yeah.
I do want to get into you, Ben Gleib, 2020
Benny
presidential
Gleib.
candidate.
Ben
I want to
Gleib.
get into you.
You won me
get into
over.
it with you about some of the how.
I love that.
How
And,
we get to do
how.
these things.
And
So,
also during commercial, I'm gonna try to lose about 15 pounds. What is happening here? I don't like the way that looks at all.
no, that means you're out there working hard.
You're running around. You're doing what
For
you got
the
to do to
people.
change this country.
And yeah, you got to
Young
hit the
man.
drive-through every now and then.
A lot of drive-through.
No more prostitute talk. I promise.
Thank you very much.
I promise.
We
Oh,
sure you
well, I
got
can't.
it.
What's on that dollar menu?
We're Savage AF right here on Marcus Chambers.
I'll buy that for $1.
When we come back, more with Ben Gleib.
Ben Gleib, 2020.
We'll be right back, y'all. Stay tuned.
Okay.